Yes,
Hello.
yes, Anish. Is it audible right
No,
now?
it's still
No, sir.
breaking, sir.
Is it audible?
No, sir.
Yes. Very
Is it
low.
audible?
No, sir.
So could you, hello?
Hello.
Yeah, sir, it's breaking, sir, and it's very low, sir.
Okay, okay. Wait a second. Is it audible?
Yes, sir, it's clear now.
Yes, it's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I would like to know that what type of firewall you wanna choose for 200 number of users. We have one scenario.
Sir, could you
That,
please share your screen?
okay, okay. Yes. Are you able to see?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We have one scenario, 200 number of users available. Yes. You have 200 number of users available. What type of firewall you will choose and why? Any answers?
We will be using hardware firewall, I think,
Yes. Hardware firewall we use, we want to use it.
because there are too many users, so we can't use software firewall.
Okay. 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 And then another things would you would like to take?
So, what if like the environment is a cloud environment? So, do we still use the hardware firewall or?
We have few things, my dear friends. Packet filter firewalls. Okay. So do you know what is packet filter firewall is gonna use it?
Yes, it will filter the packets,
Yes. Yes. Right.
uh, individual packets it will filter.
Yes. So it works at network layer. Right. Number one. Number two. Fast and efficient. Fast and efficient. Okay. Because it is filter all the network packets same time. Okay. So it's a fast sort of things. Okay. And what is it doing? It treat each packet in isolation. Right. So it is, you know what is going to do it? It is doing the three things. Works at the network layer. Okay. Fast and efficient. Okay. So it is only capturing the packets. Okay. Filter the packets only and treat each packet in isolation. So different packages, different sort of things is going to do it.
Okay.
Okay. So currently which firewall we are going to use it? Currently,
Packet filter firewall.
Currently, we are using
Packet.
yes, packet filtering is the term. Okay, it's gonna be using it, but we are using the item UTM. Somebody will ask you in the interview that what is UTM, what type of firewall you gonna use it. Choose. Okay, you can simply say that we are going to use UTM firewall. What is UTM is all about? Unified Threat Management. This is the Unified Threat Management. Okay, so it is additional security programs, additional security inside this. So you meant to say what type of additional security features? Okay, so in this basically we have the anti-malware software, we have antivirus, we have internet gateways available, internet gateway securities, we have VPNs available, with DOS and DDoS protections available. Okay, so this is sort of things is available into this particular UTM, Universal Management, and centralized management is also available into this. Okay, the deployment and integrations is very easy into the UTM firewall. So what is doing it first of all? So if you're just talking about some features, so incorporates various security programs. So we can do different security programs. I already suggest you that DDoS attack, antivirus management system sort of thing, IDS, IPS sort of things. Okay, so I just write it down for you. IDS, IPS, all things will be coming once we're going to the practical things. Antivirus management. Okay, so this is the what beauty about this particular UTM firewall. We are going to use it just because of. Okay, it is in this VPNs, the SSL VPN. We have separate class for VPNs, but the features availability into this. Okay, this is also doing a centralized management. Okay, so this is internet gateway security. Right. So these are the things universal management is going to do it. Okay. So number two advantage of this particular firewall, the UTM devices, centralized management, my dear friends. What do you understand by centralized management? The centralized management, it means that all the things are in front of your console. Okay, everything in front of your console. Third one is ease of use. Ease of use means easy to use. That is why the firewalls, medium firewalls are you going to be used. Okay, so these firewalls are what they're doing it. So it's updated accordingly. Updated the signatures periodically. Okay. While choosing a firewall, companies are advised to have multiple layers of firewalls in order to provide better protections. Right? Suppose we have layer 4 available device. We have layer 7 device. Layer 7 is application layer. Therefore is transport layer. Okay. So what type of we have, if we the firewalls we are going to purchase, first of all we have to check it out what is the throughput, how many number of layers it is supported. Suppose it is supported the layer 7, application layer till physical to data link layer to network to transport layer to session to presentation layer, application layer, so it's a good firewall because it will what log, it will check everything. Okay. This will help in making networking together to crack the creating in-depth defense. It is providing the depth and defense. Okay. What things are working on the application layer? What things are working on the session layer? What things are working on the presentation layer? So it is filter all the packets from layer 7. Okay. The second thing is firewalls with the deep packet instructions. Some firewalls set the content of the data packets to make sure that don't contain any malware and are safe to let through the network. So what does it mean is basically it is not packet deep packet instructions, so also it is going to do it. So what is all about? We just take a look from here how this looks like. Okay. So we have 200 number of device. We can use it the 600p, and also we can, if we have a 5 years plan that we have more than 200, 300, 500 number of users in 3 days, 4 years later. So we can go for some high-end devices like NSA 3650 or NSA 4650. You're working in MNCs, security presence center, so you will find out 5650, 6650, and NSA 9650, and this is all about. Okay. So it is depend what type of business you are. You're doing a SMB business. Okay. SMB business is small to business, small business sort of things. So we have required small devices. If we have a higher business and require some higher end devices. Higher end devices means that number of features are increased. Number of functionality will be increased same time. Okay. So I'm going to use some NS3650, so medium sort of device we are going to use it. So we can go use it NSA 4650, and we can also use 4650. Any device you can use it. So it will support you more than 500 number of device users. Number of sessions will be open. So gateway device, gateway level security. Why we required? Any answers, guys? You have? Why we require firewall?
For security, sir.
Yes. Why know that security? That is why we are going to study. So what is security is all about? What is it? Why we require firewall?
So any threads which are harming internal network or internal data, any kind of threat like malware, suspicious things to protect them,
Yes.
to protect from them.
Yes. So what happened here? I will just tell you how it works working on the firewall. So this is my peak of firewall, right? Number of connections are established in time. So could you please mute your audio? Mute, mute your audio so that you can easily understand. I'm finding the number of voice. Hello?
Hello?
Please mute your audio. Everybody.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's mute.
Still the voice is coming. Yes, it's fine right now. Okay, so what happened? This is a monitor. So we have investigate sort of things, and we have manage sort of things. Okay, so how things are working actually. Okay, so first of all, we need to go for the manage sort of things, and this is the licenses. So what type of licenses we have right now? Suppose if your firewall is expired the license, so what you're going to do is just enter the keys from the vendors will be send you the keys, and then you can apply the same time. Okay, and what happens synchronize. So this is a my Sonangol account is there, so you can go to account and then you can provide the keys there. All the softwares, everything you just find out into your account. So vendor will provide the ID and password for this particular login of this account same time, right? So what type of licenses in this particular? So if your firewall is licensed, then you use the features. If your firewall is not licensed, you cannot use the features. Example is there. So number of nodes and users. So users are licensed, and number of count of users. So number of unlimited users can be what the part of this particular firewall. Okay. Application controls. Yes, the license is available, so we can use it. No problem with this. And it will be expired 9th of October 2021. Okay. The thing is important here is active service. Okay, so this is not license. Okay, so it is not active services. Suppose we have two firewalls available, then we have what disaster recovery management business continuity plan we have. So if one firewall goes down, so other firewall will run same time, working same time. Okay, so we don't have license sometimes high availability sort of things we don't have available the license things. So this license not available, so we cannot use it same time. Okay. Application visualizations, license available. Content filtering thing, yes, license available. Capture for content, we don't have license available, we cannot use this. Deep packet inspection and secure socket layer, SSL enforcement, the license not available, so we cannot use it. So whatever the license available, we are going to use it. If the license are not available, we can't use it. Make sense? Okay. Then another thing is here. Suppose this is a global VPN client. So how many number of users can be logged in? Okay. So maximum 3,000 connection will be happen to VPN client. Suppose I'm working from home and I'm going to install the VPN client in my system, and we have the number of 3,000 connections. It will be connect same time. Understand? And then the SSL VPN. The SSL VPN is we have maximum 502 number of connections can be connected. So the global VPN client is different. SSL VPN is different. We will talk later on, but the sort of different differentiate between the two different VPNs. Okay, and well accreditation client license and when accreditation software is not licensed. So whatever the license available, we are here. We have to go to check it out. This is the count number of licenses of when it is going to be disconnect, and this is the expiry date is there. When it is expired, 9 October 2021. This the expired the license of application control. I hope you understand. Then we move further. So we have different features available in the firewall, and different features we have different licenses availability, and the time of the licenses can be used at same time. Okay, so this is the support sort of thing. So dynamic support 8 into 5. Okay. There's 5 days a week support available. So this is not license sort of things. It's dynamic support 24/7. Support is licensed for 9 October 2021. So once the license will be expired, suppose this date is gone and your firewall is expired, so you cannot use the features. Firewall is running absolutely fine, no problem with this your firewall, but you cannot use the features. The services are running as it is. Suppose you are using deep packet inspection, content filter policies do not going to work in the same time. It does not filter the traffic. Okay, that is why we require license activations once it is going to be expired before it. So hardware warranty same time is there. So 9 October 2021. Suppose the date is expired and your firewall goes down. Anything can be happening in your firewall. So SonicWall team, the DAL team is going to support you same time. They will not send any devices to you. That is why you need to purchase the hardware appliances cost plus licenses cost additional. Okay. Another thing is there we have 1 year support. We have 3 year support same time. So 3 year support we have a different costing. 1 year support we have different costing is there. Licensing we are talking about here. So I hope you understand the licensing part. So before you going to use the particular firewall, you need to go to mysonicwall.com. The ID password will be provided by the vendor, and then you need to register your device with the network, and then provide the license and then you download the iOS image of the firewall, then you need to restore it firewalls, and then you can use it. So this is the concept for working. Okay, the second thing is firmware and backups. So guys, you can just take a backup. So before is any problem with your firewall, first of all, the technical team, or suppose you're working on the firewalls, you need to take a backup first of all, and then you can be modify anything. So suppose anything goes wrong, then you can restore the particular firmware. So how to do it? I will let you know. This is the import and export configuration. So you click here. If you have a export configuration, so it will be exported to your system. Okay. So this is the settings only. Okay. This is not firmware we are talking about here. This is only the settings, the VPN settings, whatever the different settings, the policies you have configured. This is the things we are talking about here. Okay. Suppose you will like to go for some firmware. Okay. So you can just download the firmware from this particular portal, and then you can choose the firewall, and then you can wanna upload the particular into the firewall. Okay. Then settings. If we have a servers available, which is going to provide the images, so you can provide the FTP server IP addresses, password. So it will taking the image from this particular server. Okay. What the action is required? We have action required. We have download, so we can download a particular firmware. Okay. So guys, the thing is important here. We have this current version firmware is going to working. This is the version name. You can also do one thing is a goal and local backup, cloud backup, and scheduled backup, and secondary storage backup. So you can take a backup same time of the particular image. Right? Are you able to understand? So,
Yes, sir.
so settings backup a different thing. Settings backup whatever the policies you have configured. Okay, suppose you have created a VPN. Suppose you created some content filters. Suppose you created some deep packet inspection. Okay, so once you're taking the backup of the settings, okay, exported, and then suppose I have imported settings, so I can import from my local systems. Export from the local system. Okay, so I'm here. I am gonna use it this particular thing. Okay. So backup and restore you have understand. Exactly. So this is the online version. That is why it is creating some issues. Okay, so we are going here. The session was expired. That's the issue. Okay. Then we'll go some firewalls again. So we have firewalls like Sophos, FortiGate, Checkpoint, Palo Alto. We have different firewalls available. So if you are able to work on one firewall, then you can easily understand the different firewalls same time. Use cases, what is the firmware, what is license things, how to register the devices. So all things, very easy for you to understand. Once you understand one firewall in depth. Hmm. So we are just talking about here what are the different things about the firewalls. Everything you just find out here into this. So I'm going to paste it on the guide so that what are the different features of firewall to use. Okay, so in the previous things we have talking about some different things. Anti-malware. Okay, so these are some features is gonna you can use it into the firewalls. So we are just going for practical things. Yes, it is open right now. We have go to the manage options again. So we can use it any firewalls. So licenses, firmware, and backup, WXA firmware. You have it some different sort of firmware availability, right? So you can use it this particular WXA firmware same time. Okay, so you need to be logged into the MySonical account, and then there is a firmware is available same time. Suppose if you would like to going to restart this particular firewall, so just click on this, the firewall will be restart the same times. Okay, this is update sort of things. This another tab is there, connectivity, how it's going to connect. So this is VPN things available. So enable VPN the features, you need to be enable the VPN first of all, this one. Okay, and we have, you know what, first of all we have the VPN connectivity. These are the some tunnels created, and these are the VPNs connected. Okay, so what we're going to do is, first of all, we have to take a look what's it all about. We have specifically a separate, you know what, uh, classes for the VPNs connect. Okay, because it's a very vast topic. So we have side-to-side VPNs and we have tunnel interface. Okay, remote sort of VPNs connectivity. So if you have two sites available, suppose one site in New Delhi and suppose one site in Pune or Kerala locations. So we always gonna use it most of the times. And any MNCs are going to use site-to-site VPN, right? And this is the authentication method. So most of the companies are using iKey, using pre-shared key. Okay, and if you have the manual key sort of things, iKey third-party certificates, if you're going to install it. Okay, something called auto provisioning client, something called auto provisioning server. So this is the options available. Okay, so the most of the clients of you talking about the VPN connectivity with iKey Internet Key Exchange using pre-shared key. Okay, so this is the one pre-shared key you want to use it. So pre-shared key is secret key. You need to be let here. Then another you just type of the name of the particular VPN and the IPsec primary gateway. So how it is going to be connectivity? So this gateway need to be provided here. So gateway means the IP address of destination site. Okay, and if you have secondary IP address available, secondary gateway available, you just provide the gateway secondary IP address. This is the secret key, so you can gonna provide the secret key same time here. What is the secret key? The same key will be available source and destination side. Understand? Then this is the confirmations is the same. IP local IP, so IP address port. Suppose how it is going to communicate different IP addresses, so you can just provide here what the IP address need to be connected with. So most of the times we are blank things is available. Then the second option is network. So local network, this is your local network, right? So what local connectivity? So we just talking about network interface. So you just provide your local interface, your firewall local interface, and the remote networks, what you have created. So we have to go for the address objects. Okay, and then we have to create some objects for the remote connectivity same time. How to communicate? What type of interfaces you need to be connected? What is the IP address, subnet gateway IP address? Okay, what type of zone is going to be created? So we need to create here for the destination. This is local communications, and it is going to the remote side sort of things. So this is remote networks. This is your local networks. How does communication sort of things? Okay, and this is about the proposals. So IKE was Internet Key Exchange Phase 1 and IPsec Internet. Okay, the IP security is phase 2 proposal. So these are the proposals need to be matched to source and destinations. Then it is going to be connected, will be happen. So IK version 2 mode, main mode, you're gonna use it. Different mode in internet exchange we have just talking about in further next few classes about the VPN connect. Okay, so we have 3 modes: main mode, aggressive mode, and IK version 2 modes. What is use cases we will talk later on. The DS group, definitely helping group. So there's a group, 2 group sort of things we are going to use it. What type of groups we are using, source and destination server. What type of encryption? So we have 3DS, AES, AES 128, AES 192, AES 256. So what type of encryption algorithms we are gonna use it? Okay, so AES 256 is the higher encryption technologies in the market right now. Okay, so the authentications, how it is going to authenticate? SSH1, MD5, SSH2. Okay, so how the authenticating sort of things? So lifetime. Okay, how seconds? How the session will be expired in 28,800 seconds. Then it will be expired. Okay, this is for 1 day sort of things. IPsec phase 2. What protocols you gonna use it? ESP or AH? Okay, what are protocols you gonna use it? And then the encryptions. What type of encryption you gonna use it in the IPsec? Okay. The authentications is SSH1. This is SSH1, same sort of things, and the same is 28,800. So these are the same default settings need to be used. Okay, so the source and destination required same sort of settings. This one, the source and destination required same sort of pre-shared key sort of things. Okay, then it will be communicate to each other. Then go to advanced settings. Then we have to keep alive. Okay, you always the VPN will be alive same time. Okay, then the VPN policy want to you required how this it will be communicate. So the zone when it means that your ISP, internet service provider, IP, you know what interface you need to connect, because whatever the connectivity will going to outside, it's going through your zone WAN. So you need to provide your ISP IP address. Once the packet is going to outside, it will be going to your gateway. So gateway IP address is your IP address of your ISP. So we need to provide here. Okay. So this is the specifically VPN connectivity we can use it. Okay. And the multi-mode things you will just find out in the VPN things. The IKP detection 30 seconds will be checked whether the peer is available or not available. Okay, so it's ignore the same time. Okay, DHCP over VPN. Okay, so we first of all we need to check it out. The VPN, the DHCP is available in your firewall or it is outside of your DHCP. Okay, so what type of configurations we need to check it out? The DHCP connectivity through our VPN connectivity. We'll just talk next few classes once you can have a VPN. So this is SSL VPN, secure socket layer VPN. So it will be used for the remote sessions. Okay. Suppose you are at your home and you would like to get a connectivity of your firewall. So what you're going to do it, you need to configure SSL VPN. Okay. Suppose the user is from your home and he is going to use his own system and system is available into the office. So we need to create the SSL VPN same times to the remotely accessibility of your devices at your office. Okay, so we will just talk later on. Okay. Access points. If you are using the wireless connectivity, wireless devices of Sonic Point from the Sonic Wall, Dell access control list. So we are going to use it same time. So it is mandatory that you are going to use it the same you know what wireless access point. You can use it some different companies as well. Suppose if the companies say that we are going to use the firewall from the same company and we are going to use the same company access point, so you can purchase Sonic Point. These are some models is available of wireless connectivity. Okay, so it will be configured X5. This is configured X5 WLAN. Okay, its licensing is unknown, and what are the different things are 5 gigahertz radios is there. So and 2.0 gigahertz, and what things are not working into this. Okay, different bands, different frequency channels. We are just talking about into the wireless security once we are going further things. Okay, then we have to create some rules in the networking. Suppose we have to go applications, and then we need to create some rules. Appliance. We have some different users. So we require some users from here. Suppose what type of users is going to be login. So first you need to create the users here, and the users are going to log in through the SSL VPN. And what type of access you want to provide it? So the access you wanna provide full access or read only access you gonna use it. So you suppose the user is work from home and he is using SSL VPN, then he need to provide some user ID password which we have configured here. Okay, so it is remotely connectivity. It's a secure communications. It's a secure communication with your firewall to your remote at your home, your laptop connectivity. So public to private sort of things. Okay, so you just provide the name and the password sort of things, and how much time it will be expired. You just go for the yes, it is going to expire within 2 hours. Okay, and what is the email address? You just want to provide it, and you just provide temporary access for 3 or 5 days, so you can go for 5 days. Okay, so this is the connectivity you can do. So what type of groups you can add it? We have different groups we can gonna create it. What type of VPN access you gonna provide it? Okay, we can go for it, and we can provide yes, this is the access we're gonna provide it. So the user can be change the IP address. All WAN IP, he can just take a look. So we can go here and then we can provide this particular things. Okay, so the two things is available. Okay, so then click OK, then it will the user is able to access two things. Bookmark, nothing looks look like that. It's quota. Okay, how much bandwidth it can be utilized from this firewall. Okay, so in this we have two users available. So suppose engineering person is there and he can use full accessibility of everyone, trusted users and so on and called administrators. Full access is available to them. And this is the demo sort of thing. So it is, providing only demonstration, read only accessibility sort of things. So we can go here and then we can just modify the passwords and we can only use at the same time. Okay. But the configurations will not gonna save at the same time just because of we are working on a non-config mode. Right? So we have to save the configuration in the config mode only. This is a demonstration, so that is why it is a non-config mode. If you're working in your environment, this is the config mode available. Then the configuration will be saved. Okay, so this is the one of the important interfaces. So first of all, the port shared groups. First of all, we have some interfaces. Go for interfaces first of all. Okay, so these are the physical interfaces available into the firewall. Okay, so X0 interface is a LAN, your local network. Suppose you have 10 switches, you just connect it with your X0 interface. Okay, then what is IP address of your DHCP? It will get it is 10.0.1. So DHCP is also configured here in the same device. If you just take a look here, the DHCP is available. Okay, so DHCP is available. So there's a dynamic range is going to provide it for the X0 interface. Right here. So my dear friends, this is the interfaces here. You just find out different interfaces. You just find out here. This X1, X2, X3. So you can use it as a LAN, as a WAN, and different sort of things. So as if you just take a look here, this is office LAN, fiber WAN, switch management, firewall uplink, T1 WAN. So there's a different use cases you're going to use it. So we have this is what we have 25 number of interfaces available into this file. 26. Okay. So what is all about? I will just give you some controls over there. This is X0 interface. If we go in here and we just check it out, what is all about into this. So every firewall, not about this particular firewall, we have every firewall interface is available. Okay, and we need to configure the LAN traffic, WAN traffic, VPN traffic, what type of things it will be consumed the particular interface. Okay, so it's a LAN interface, so it is hide. Okay, so we cannot change it from this non-config mode, and we always going for a static IP address mode. Okay, so we have tape mode, IP mode, wired mode, layer 2 bridge mode, transparent IP mode, static IP mode. Okay, so we have different types available. So we are always we go for the static mode always. Okay, then you can provide the IP address of your DHCP which is going to provide to you on the system devices. Okay, default gateway we're going to provide it same time. Okay, office LAN. Okay, and it can be accessible through ping. We can doing the ping, SNMP, SSH, and HTTPS. So could you, so guys, could you please tell me what is the use case of SNMP and SSH or HTTPS? What is the port numbers and how? What is the use case of SNMP and SSH? Yes, any answers? Anything you would like to share to me?
I just know about SNMP. It uses the UDP uh, protocol basically.
So just try to what learn the services, the port numbers, use cases.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I'm going to write it down here. SNMP, HTTPS, TCP, IP, UDP. Then protocols where we can use it. Try to learn these things. So this is the IP addresses sort of things. So this is the interfaces, right? So the interfaces need to be configured as per the requirement. Suppose you have two ISP available. Suppose okay, one is Airtel ISP, one is Reliance or Geo or whatever. So you can configure two interfaces here. This is the WAN interface. Okay, this is the ISP. So this is also the fiber link WAN is available inside this. Okay, so this is WAN zone. Okay, so this is the things we have created WAN. So we have different zones available. LAN is local area connections, wide area connections, demilitarized zones, wireless LAN, N series, WLAN staff, WLAN gates. Okay, this is the created we have. Okay, that's LAN zone. You have created some new zone as well same time. These are the same types of LAN. So could you guys please tell me about the demilitarized zone, DMZ zones? Any ideas you would like to zone?
Forward lookup.
Or look at zone like that. Firewall zones, LAN zone, WAN zone, DMZ zone. So we have different sort of zones available. Going here, and we just find a number of zones available. Okay, so these are the types of zones. SSL VPN, WLAN. Okay, so these are some important zones. WLAN, SSL VPN. We have some management zone. Okay. So these are the sort of zones you need to understand in the firewalls. Okay, LAN zone for local connectivity, local data connections. YDA connection is ISP collection. Demilitarized zone is basically used for servers. We have separate server zone, servers connectivity from public to your DMZ zone which is coming. We have separate zones for VPN. We have separate zone for wireless network, wireless communications. We have separate zone for SSL VPNs. Suppose a hacker is going to hack your device, so it is coming through the wider WAN zone, and then the hacker is going to access the LAN zone. And once he going to the LAN zone, and he will be or she will be accessible all the devices same time. Okay, and if you have a web servers available, so the hacker is coming through the WAN zone, and he will directly attack the DMZ zones where the servers are available. So the hacker is not going to come to your LAN zone same time. So that is why we're creating DMZ zones. We have secure communications between two sites. That is why we require virtual private network. So zone to zone network communications. If we have wireless connectivity, we have to go for the wireless LAN connectivities. Same time. Management zones. So management, how do you access your device from the console port of your network or your LAN cables connecting to your laptop or your device, so you can access through the management port. So there it will be showing here. So management port, yes, it is management port is there. Interface trust, it's a trust one. Okay, and it will be accessed by gateway antivirus, anti-spyware, IPS, intrusion prevention systems, application control. So all things is applicable is there. SSL VPN is there. DPI, deep packet inspection is going to use it from the enforcement. This is client end. This is server end. Okay, so we have talking about here this application security gateway, data loss prevention, intrusion prevention, IPS, IDS sort of things, right? Antivirus, malware sort of things. So network segregations, we are going to do it into the interfaces. So going interfaces, and then we have to go for network segregations, segmentations. We are going to use it. This particular IP address for this one use cases. This is the public IP address. It is used for ISP. This is the different IP address. Right. So we have another WAN interface is there. Is X4 interface, WAN interface, my dear friends. We have another wireless network is WLAN by number of those. Okay, so this PoE switches is installed into this. This is the IP address of this particular device. Okay, so we have 250 networks. We have 224 number of subnets. So they will ask you the question in the interviews that how many number of hosts. This 240 is there. How many number of hosts is there? Okay, so this is subnetting also use cases same time. So this is failover and load balancing same time. So right now here it is, we have one ISP. That is why it is showing this basic failover. If we have two ISPs, then it is showing two. Okay, then we can go for the failover. Suppose one ISP goes down, another ISP will take a place. So we have basic failover right now because we don't have any different ISP available. If we have two ISP available, then we have to go down robin method. So one request is going with this particular this IP address and one request going with this particular IP address. We have X1 or X4. Okay. And then if we're going for the spillover, so what we can do it when bandwidth exceeds, suppose we have primary is X1, okay. Suppose we can go for this is 5000. Suppose it is going for 500 Mbps is higher, then it will automatically then it is used going for the X4 interface. Okay. Suppose it's the higher bandwidth it is utilization from the X4 interface, then it is going to the X1. So it is round robin method sort of things comes to the picture. You can go for the ratio method, so you can provide 50-50 percentage. Suppose it's your first one, so you can provide here. Yeah, this interface we can go for 70 because it's a 50 Mbps and it's a 30 Mbps, so 70% of your network, the bandwidth gonna utilize from the X1 interface. So you can bring the load balancing sort of things, failover and load balancing sort of things. You can do it from here. Zones I already tell you, VLAN translations. We need to create the VLANs inside this. Okay, the uses DNS. What are different DNS configurations? You just write it down here. Different DNS. These are DNS IP addresses. DNS1, DNS2, DNS3. I hope you understand. Then the DNS proxy, DNS security sort of things. Okay, this is the routing. So how you need to provide how the routing is going to work. So you need to provide routes. If you have a static IP addresses, you're going to provide it. You can go for the static things, but it is automatically created. Okay, this is automatically created. So you have any and any zone, any services, any application, nothing applicable. POS marks nothing, routed, standard sort of thing. So it is automatically created. If you have extra routings you need to create, so you can create from here. Right? So in the source IP address, source coming from this destinations, it is coming from what type of service for it is applications uses, what type of service gonna use it, the interface. So you can wanna provide some routing edit. ARP table. What do you understand by ARP? Any ideas? Tell me. What is ARP means?
Address resolution protocol.
Come again?
Sir, address resolution protocol.
Yes. What is use case of this? Yes, tell me. What is the use case? What is required ARP?
That I don't know, sir.
ARP is basically address resolution protocol. It is tells that what is the IP address of the which MAC address. Okay. Suppose this MAC address is denotes with this particular IP address. So what is the address and how to resolve this? So this is the binding. This particular IP address is using this particular MAC address. This is address resolution protocol table, ARP table. Okay. And suppose if I'm talking about CMD and I would like to check the routing, NAT state minus R. What it is saying is providing the routing table. How much packets are going, how much packets are left, it will be shared to you here. Understand? This IP version 4 statics. So received, this is packet received, this is packet header errors, this is packet address errors. Okay, received packet and you know what discovered and delivered packet sort of things. So you can just check it out, number of errors into the packets. No further analysis. So we have different things availability over there. Okay. So there's a TCP port is there. This is the different ports are open or not open is there. Okay. And this is established connectivity or not established connections. What are specific ports? So somebody will say that which ports are open, which ports are not open. So you can simply say that these ports are open right now. Okay, so you guys need to understand the net state commands from the net state minus R. Okay, and you can use it P, you can use it as, you can use different things. It will show you the routing table of your device. Understand? Move further. Move back to the firewalls. Okay, that's good. So this is MAC address anti-spoofing sort of thing. DHCP servers. You know that DHCP is all about. I think you guys know that DHCP is all about. What is DHCP is all about? Tell me.
It gives the IP address particular names.
Okay.
It changes
So
IP address to names.
it provides the IP addresses to the particular devices on a lease period, like for any particular time. If it's off, then it provides a different IP addresses. So DHCP provides the IP addresses to the devices on a lease.
Yes. That's correct. So the DHCP is basically, you can say that here is dynamic or static. Okay. So dynamically provide the IP address to all the client systems to the DHCP server. Okay. So one more question inside this DHCP. What is a DORA process? DORA.
So DORA process is like discover, offer, then like reply, and then acknowledge. So if IP address is provided to that device, it discovers that there is IP address available, and it replies to the server that yes. Then the acknowledgement happens. Then it is assigned. So this is the DORA process happens for the DHCP.
Okay. Good. How would I check my IP address? How would I check the DHCP server from my system?
IP config.
Yeah. Where is DHCP server?
ipconfig / all if we do. You get DHCP server.
Right. So we are fine. DHCP server there. Great. Suppose one more question. Little is because you are a network person, right? So suppose my system is not getting the IP address. What command I need to use it?
So release renew that we do for the IP address release, then renew, then flush DNS also
Okay.
we do.
Right. Perfect. So guys, do you know NS command which is used for? Yes. What is NS command used for? Yes, yes. Any ideas? And let's look up how it is useful. So NSLookup command is basically provide you the DNS servers availability. Okay. So we have different servers available for Google, right? Okay. We move to the firewall. Okay. This IP helper, web proxies. We are just going for other things once we go to firewall classes. SD-WAN, you guys know that SD-WAN it is used for?
No.
SD-WAN is software defining wide area networks. Okay. Suppose you have two or three branches, or you're using some SD-WAN technology. So first of all, you need to add your WAN interfaces here, something like that. Okay, WAN interfaces link up same time. Okay, and then VPN go. How to connectivity between the two sides. Okay, so link up is going here. So if you have different ISP, one more ISP is available, so you can just provide here and then you can use it. So two path is available for your connectivity of the SD-WAN connection. Okay, and how they communication? They are the communication through the VPNs. So VPNs, this is a private WAN, this is a public WAN. Okay, so communication is going to run at the same time. Okay, so it's just performance problem. Okay, so your performance is very good. So it will not prioritize the traffic of your WAN. So it will show you the graph, VPN graphs, sort of things. Okay, we have some switchings available. So if you have a VLAN trunk is created, so you can create a switches there, and you can also configure at the same time. So you can go for different VLAN connectivity. So I hope you guys understand about the VLAN. Yes, guys, you know that VLAN is all about. Yes, guys, you know VLAN is all about?
Is that
No, sir.
VLAN you said?
VLAN. Virtual LAN.
No, sir. Virtual
Virtual
LAN,
LAN.
it is like, so virtual LAN, you can have a connectivity or create a LAN connection using a virtual machines through the virtual servers as well.
Application content filter. Okay, this is the DPISSL gateway antivirus. And gateway antivirus. Okay, and we have also the botnet filter. Here. So what you're going to understand here, we are talking about which things we are talking about here. This is content filter. It is basically used for what type of contents you want going to block, right? Suppose you're going to block the YouTube. Okay, so this is content filter for only for contents. Suppose you going to block the Facebook contents, not Facebook. So we have content filter versus web filter. Okay, so content filter is basically check the contents inside the firewalls, and web filter is checking the websites. Suppose you're going to block the YouTube. So this is you can use for web filter, and you would like to block some, different categories. Like you going to block some, social engineering sort of things, or you're going to block some, you know what, the porn sort of sites and different things. So you can just block from this content filter sort of things. Okay, so this is the content filter sort of thing we're going to use it. And intrusion prevention already suggests you that is IDS or IPS. Okay, so intrusion detection system is basically you need to enable the first of all the feature, and first of all you have to license. Okay, and second thing, whatever things will be coming, so it will be updated. The signature will be updated. If the signature is updated for till date, it will be block all sort of things, preventions of all the malware, the phishing sites, everything from to the date. If you are not updated your firewall, your signature is not updated, so it will not block, it will not prevent. Okay, so suppose any malware, any suspicious activities will be happens, malware is coming or spyware is coming, ransom attack will be happen. Okay, so we are suppose we have different things, so it is updated till now to date. And what type of attacking things is going to do it? So you have to go for prevent all and detect all. Suppose you have IDS implemented, suppose you are not click here and detect all, so IDS gonna working, intrusion detection system. So detection is gonna working in your firewall, but it is not going to prevent. Spywares and malwares will be phishing emails will be coming to inside, and they will hamper the user same time. Okay, it will be detected by the firewall, but if you're going to enable the prevent sort of things, so it will detect, and also the prevent sort of things will be happen same. So what things happen? I will just go down, and suppose we have different things. Okay, if we have active OS, active X, we have backdoor attacks, we have bad filters, we have DNS attacks. Okay, DNS spoofing, if you have heard about it. Okay, ICMP attacks sort of things. So we have different categories available. Okay, so this is the viruses, this VoIP attacks, web attacks, access scripting. Okay, so these are some different things available right now we have. So we have suppose backdoor attacks which you're talking about. So it will block all the backdoor attacks. Going further, and these are some Trojan horse activity. So this is ID is updated. So this ID is signatures basically, signature ID. So if you update your firewall, this is signature IDs will be here same time, different signatures. And what is doing it is preventing all of them. There's different backdoor attacks. This is Trojan horse and sort of things. This China copper backdoor, this packet Trojan activity 2, back office traffic 2. Okay, so these are the things. These are the some attacking things we are talking about here. This is backdoor attacks, different sort of things. Okay, suppose we will go further things here. Going here, and suppose we are going here, and then we can filter from the viruses. Viruses there. Okay, so it will be check all the viruses which is coming from outside to inside. Okay, so advanced set and CNC. This is Android sort of things. Is activity. So what is all about? We have click here, and it will be going to the signature activity, profile activity. Okay, so it's a category is virus. So all the categories you can check it out here. Okay, suppose you are facing some virus attacks 121. So what type of different signatures available? This is high. Virus advice is very high is there. Okay, it will tell you that the impacts all sort of things. So these are some viruses names. Okay, so these are that one is very high. Impact. This is medium impact. This is low impact. Okay, so every viruses we have different signatures. There's a stroke-based buffer overflow in certain contain directory service functions in SRDLR and the local security advisory system LSDR Microsoft Windows NT4. This is the impacting the Windows XP Server 2003 net meeting. Windows 98 Millennium allows remote attackers to execute arbitrary code via a packet that causes the DSL upgrade downstairs servers. Okay, so this is all things is sharing here. You're going to go more information, then you have to go for this is the CVID. Okay, and what is all sort of things is there. So you just find out more information about this particular virus as well. Right. So every things we have, you know what, signatures available. That is why I always suggest you that every firewall is going to be signature database upgrade. If your database is upgraded, so it will today date whatever the attacks would be, it will be blocked. But sometimes what happens? Sometimes we have 0-day attacks. 0-day attack means it means that there is no development sort of things has been done from the firewall end. The attack will be happen within half an hour ago. So there is no, you know what, development. There is no signatures will be available of the company of the firewall vendor same time. So it will be hacked same time. So security is not 100%. First of all, you cannot commit to the client that we will provide you 100% security. It is not possible. But we can minimize your risk. We can do it. We can say that. Okay. So that is why the IDS and IPS, this is intrusion prevention system. You need to enable first, take a license, and need to upgrade your signatures first of all. Then, what type of different things will be coming here? This is preventing sort of things going on. So what sort of thing is it is outgoing? It is ingoing or outgoing. Both client and server will be impacting. Which direction it is? This is incoming to server. This particular code that present to activity, it will be incoming to your server only, impacting the servers, not the client. Okay, what we can going to do it? We can go here and we can modify it. It's enable, disable, what sort of things you're gonna do it, preventions, who's going to prevent, enable, disable. You can just do anything, whatever you like. You can schedule this particular this is only set at a certain number, it says the Friday, and this after restart needs to be done. It will be done. Okay, so all things we can going to use it. The IDS, IPS sort of things. There's content filter enforcement. So we can also create some content filter sort of thing. So this is content filter. This is there. We have not created any entries, so we can also create the entries over there. Client here. Whatever clients is there. Content filter enforcement. Okay, we can provide some client enforcement sort of things. So this is a DPI, SSL, same sort of thing. Okay. So intrusion preventions, gateway antiviruses, gateway anti-spywares, application firewalls, and content filters. So these are the topics you need to be understand. Let us copy or not, I don't know. This copy. Intrusion preventions, gateway antiviruses, gateway antivirus spyware, application firewall, and content filters. Right. So what happened? We will go further things inside this. So this is, you know what, going to block all sort of things. Okay. So do we require certifications? Yes, it is certifications required. Okay. Closure store. So the certification will be installed on the client side and also the server side. Okay. The server side means the server and clients install this particular certificate. Okay. And then it will be going to do deep packet inspections, self-signed. Okay, so it is, you can create your own certificates and you need to install on the device of your client systems, and then you can go for deep packet inspection same time. Okay, so all we can also create some rules. This is application control rules. So what do you understand by application rules? Suppose I would like to stop the YouTube on the organization level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for here, and then I will find out the multimedia category. Okay, so first of all, there's this application control status, right? So it will be downloaded and it will be updated till the time. And you should be enable the application control first thing. So both things you will check it out. The signatures is updated or not updated. The feature is enabled or not enabled. Okay. The third things you need to find out what sort of things you're looking for. Okay, so we are just talking about the YouTube block. So we're going to YouTube sort of things. So we can go here, and then we can go here and then find out down, go down. This is YouTube report. So you can filter it only YouTube from this particular application controls. Okay, so YouTube have different things. Okay, DNS global, YouTube.com, DNS. Here the number of things is what is signatures are available. Okay, because it's very signatures. So different signatures are working for the YouTube one thing. So if you're going for block for all things, we can go for applications. Wait a second, I will show it how this looks like. Okay, so this is the YouTube applications. We have number of what happened. We have number of signatures available. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we can go here and we can enable application block settings same category which belong desire. Okay, so what you're going to do is going to block, and then what you're going to do here, enable. That's it. And how much time it will be enabled, you can provide the timing is there. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. Working hours only, always on. Weekend hours. So you can do whatever you like it. So block is enabled. Log, which is logging, yes, we can enable it. Whose user is going to use this particular same time. So it's logging the same time. So enable it this one, and then you can go okay, and it will be created. So same things is applied over there, each and everything. Suppose it's a gaming. So gaming is there. Different games is available. Okay. If you're going to the particular gaming, and we have what type of different games available. So these are different game names available. So we can separate close particular games. We can block it for the users. This is the application piece controls. App control. So already I suggest to you here. This is web based. Application control. Right. Same things we can do it in the content filter as well. We have different contents, and we can block it. Right. So this is the policies already created, my dear friends. We can go for another one. Okay. So this you can provide this policy for test one. Okay. So your zone is basically source is your LAN, and is applicable to WAN. Okay. And source address, any source is excluded. As if you exclude anything, you can create an object, and then you can go for yes, this is exclude sort of things. And what is indeed okay, or group all sort of things, and always on. And you can create a profile. If you have a profile created, you can go use this particular profile. What access? You can go for the set of access, and then it's going to enable it. So we can create this particular profile is already created. So what we can do? We can just going to modify this particular. Okay, so this is a CFS IT staff policies, land, when, any, included any, okay, none is the IT staff, okay, always on this CFS IT staff policies, actions need to be taken. So once this profile, this action has been taken, okay, default action has been taken. So all rest of this person, we have different policies available. Okay, so we can provide some content filtering policies at the same time. This is the objects. We can create some different objects same time. This is action object. What actions need to be taken? Okay, we'll just let you know. The advanced high bandwidth. Okay, so we can go for here, and we can provide what sort of actions we require. We have to filter some traffic. What sort of things we require. We can go for content filtered objects. Okay, and then we have solvingcall.com. This is your like object. These are the objects available. Here it is. Let's see the action. So we can go here. We can create the name, okay, and then URL sort of thing, and then this is go down, and then we have the things available: nudism, pornography, weapons, or adult mature content, card, and we have different categories available. So we can block the particular content. Suppose gaming is allowed, we can go for block. So everything, games, whatever the person is going to be write down the games into the office time, it is with blocked by the same things. You know what, the political and advocacy, you can connect into block the same things. Okay, so you can go for content for it the same time. Okay, so it will not be open. The malware sort of things, it will be blocked. Already block is there. Social networking, so you can go into the block same time. Custom headers, you can just provide some different things. Suppose google.com, somebody is asking GWGLE, sometimes GOGLE, want to use it, so you can add the specific key name, okay, values sort of things. So it will be check all the headers. YouTube strict mode, YouTube moderate mode, YouTube, Google G Suite strict mode, a lot of things. So as per these things, you're going to provide all the information of content filters sort of things. Okay. And there are multiple things. Anti-spam is there. Advanced settings is there. Application flow, how the application flow is going to work. Log settings, okay. How the what logs will be available, how to check it out, the logs. Okay, so this is the logs available. This is system logs available, so you can provide some more things. So if you're working on some different firewalls, you just find out each and everything same sort of things, but console is different. The working styles, the working scenarios is same sort of things. So what you can do, just going to provide you some suppose firewalls names. Try to create your own accounts over there. Suppose checkpoint follow Pareto. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So these are the top 5 companies. Electronic Wall. It's online available. There is no use of it. You can just use this one sort of things. So these are the top 5 firewalls available in the market right now. First one is next generation firewall is Palo Alto, Checkpoint, FortiGate, Sophos, then Square firewalls, and there's so many more other things. Okay, so these are the topmost firewalls. Treat your accounts over there. Treat your accounts and learn. And try to create the project for you. So whatever things I'm talking about here, upper, okay, all things that we have studied out here, okay. This is the current multi-wrapping inspector, gateway, antivirus, botnet, DMZ, zones, different IP addresses, or this is the segmentations, antivirus, email, firewall security, deep packet inspections, centralized management, SSL VPN. Try to learn all sort of things for gateway level security. Right? Any questions regarding that? Are you able to understand all sort of things? Yes, yeah, guys. I'm waiting for your answers.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I'm just going to wrap up this class for today. Tomorrow, what you can do is just learn all sort of things and create a project for you. Okay, all sort of things. Treat your accounts, all the firewalls. Okay, and try to learn the things which is I mentioned already on this. So you have basic fundamentals to be clear that firewalls, how it's gonna working, what is gateway level security is all about. Try to understand some gateway, how the gateway is gonna working. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for your time, guys.
Thank you. Good night.